Hey gang, Jesse here at EC Auto Repair. Wanted to visit with you about a few tips that you can do on your car to check, especially if you're going to go on a longer road trip or something and you're just kind of wanting to do a walk around and be like, hey, I feel like my car's safe to drive. So while I'm here at the door, I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood. I do already know that there's no warning lights or dash lights or anything on the dash that's telling me that there's a problem. My tire pressure light's not illuminated, so therefore I have reason to believe my tires are in good shape or that they're holding the correct amount of air. But I still got some fluids that I need to check, some other things that I want to show y'all that you're going to find helpful in this video. So as I begin my walk around, I went ahead and popped the hood. I'm just going to pay attention to this tire. I'm literally looking at the tire. I can even feel it to see if I can feel any wires or to see if I see any really big cracks. Sometimes when tires start dry rotting, they start dry rotting right here where it comes together, or you'll have big cracks along the side of it, or I could have uneven wear. But these tires are in really good shape. They're probably about 70% of life left in them. There's no wires showing, there's no bubbles or bumps on the tires. This tire here is in good shape. Just because this tire is in good shape doesn't mean the rest of the tires are in good shape. So we'll take a look at the rest of them as well. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood. Each vehicle is an adventure to know how to pop the hood. Some of them the levers all the way down here, some of them the levers are over here. And on this particular Toyota Camry, I'm going to come in right above the emblem. There's a latch. I lift it up towards my face, and then I pick up the hood. There's the latch that I'm lifting up, and I lift up the hood. So one of the things that I'm looking for, my windshield washer foot is here. I know that for one reason, because it says washer foot only. So this is where the window washer foot goes, the water that the cleaner that cleans your windshield whenever you pull back on the lever. This is my coolant. There's a line here it says full, a line here it says low. So I know that one's good. This car's off and it hasn't been running a few minutes. So that's important to know. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the engine oil dipstick, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off with a clean rag. I don't want no dirt in my oil, so I'm going to use a clean rag. I'm going to stick that in there, and I'm going to pull the dipstick, and you're going to be able to see that the oil is perfectly between this dot and this dot, which means right anywhere in here is safe operating range. That's where Toyota wants this oil to be at on this car, so we're good there. There's usually 5 fluid systems on a car. So this is also my coolant overflow tank. Now if you come back here, you're going to be able to see, maybe if you come over here on the other side, you're going to be able to see that my coolant is all the way down here. In fact, it's a little bit below the L. So I'm going to need to put just a little bit of antifreeze coolant in this. I'm going to need to put the correct stuff in that's safe for the Toyota car. So here at this shop we use an all makes, all models universal antifreeze, which will be safe for the Toyota. But for instance, if you have a GMC diesel pickup and you run in Dexacool, you can't just put Dexacool in here. You got to put the correct antifreeze in here. So I'm going to top that off before I go on my trip. So that covers that, and this here is the coolant for the inverter. So because it's a hybrid, it literally has 2 cooling systems, one for the gasoline engine and one for the electric part of the car. So I'm going to check both cooling systems. I got my windshield washer fluid. Then over here I've got my brake fluid. There again, it's got lines that tells me my maximum capacity and my minimum capacity. I'm good there. That fluid is full and it's clean. And if this car has a power steering that's hydraulically powered, then it's going to have a power steering reservoir. If it's electric, then it's going to have the power steering is run off electricity, and so there's no fluid to be serviced or checked on that part of it. This car here is an electric power steering, so I don't have nothing to worry about there. So I'll top this off and then I'll be good to go there. I'm going to then continue to check the rest of my tires. I'm feeling for wires, I'm feeling for bumps, I'm feeling for anything that's not normal with the tire. I'm looking for cracks. I don't see any. I also can see the date on this tire. This tire was manufactured the second week of 2018. So this tire is 6 years old. So we are reaching the end of the life of a tire. Most tires we like to not have on the road, or definitely on the shelf, longer than 6 years. So I'll continue to monitor and keep an eye on this tire as we're just a little bit past 6 years. Gonna continue to look. Same way here. I've got all my lugs. So I don't want a tire coming off. I've got all my lugs. There again, I'm not seeing any cracks. I'm not feeling any wires. I'm not seeing any bumps. And then the last thing I need to check is this tire here. And kind of the same thing. Everything, these tires are all about the same age. This tire was made the 32nd week of 2018, so it's right at 6 years old. They was probably all purchased at the same time, so that kind of tells you about the life of the car. A couple other things I'm going to go ahead and check because I'm wanting to do a quick trip and I don't want to have any troubles. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my flashers, because when I have flashers, then that means I have turn signals more often than not. I'm simply wanting to make sure that my bulbs are working. So I've got a light here and I've got a light here. We got a light here and a light here. So now people will be able to know when I'm wanting to turn. I'm going to go ahead and check my tail lights. That can be accomplished by turning the headlights on. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to shut my flashers off. So I got headlights and I got clearance lights on the front. I'm going to go ahead and see if I've got high beams. High beams, low beams, both sides work. That's amazing. That's what we want. Then so I'm checking the tail lights. So I got tail lights on the back. Things that are often overlooked is the tag lights. There's literally two on most vehicles. I got one here, you can see it's lit up. And I got one here, you can see it's lit up. So both of those are working, that's great. The only thing I haven't checked yet is the brake lights. And you can ask, well, how do I check the brake lights by myself? Great question, I'm so glad you asked. First and foremost, it's always easier to just ask somebody to step on the brake pedal for you. So for instance, I could say, Holly, would you please step on the brake pedal for me? And just magically someone named Holly appears and steps on the brake pedal for you. Can you please do that so I can check the lights? And now we have brake lights. That's the easiest way to do it. The other way to do it is to get you a bar or a stick or something that you can wedge between the seat and the brake pedal to push the brake pedal down to be able to check your brake lights. I hope this video helped. I'll see you in the next one.